In this video, we will see a numerical on design of belt conveyor system. Let us see what is given in a numerical. A belt conveyor is to be designed for the following requirements. Material to be conveyed is coal. Capacity denoted by capital Q is 250 tons per hour. Length to be conveyed is 100 meter. Angle of inclination is del given by 12 degree. Lump size denoted by A is given 100 mm. Throwing angle denoted by alpha is 20 degree. Now we are going to see solution step by step, which will also give you the overview of design procedure of conveyor belt system. So the step 1 we are going to see is determination of belt width and speed. Using empirical relation for belt width, this is that empirical relation where belt width denoted by B is equals to x dot A plus margin, where x is equals to 3.3 for sized material like brick, which is equals to 2.5 for ungraded material, which is equals to 2 for unsized material. Here in this case we are using x is equals to 2. And margin we are assuming it as 100, and margin is from both the sides, so 100 into 2, so 200. So here you can see the value of margin to be put is 200. Putting the value of x and margin, x is 2 and the margin is 200, which we have assumed, we get the width as 400 mm. Now after getting the width as 400 mm, we will be checking it with the standard belt width from design data book, which is PSG and page number 9.2. So we get standard belt width. So the standard belt width is 500 mm and velocity is 1.75 meter per second. Now what we do is we will be finding conveyor capacity. So the formula for conveyor capacity we get from design data book PSG page number 9.18, and the formula is B minimum equals to 1.11 in bracket, another bracket, Q upon rho CV bracket close raised to 1 by 2 plus 0.05. Here B minimum is the width, that is standard width, which is equals to 0.5 meter. C is equals to factor for type of idler. Here it is 460 for throwing angle 20. Rho is equals to density of conveyed material. Here you can see from PSG page number 9.22 for conveyed material coal, we get it as 0.65 to 0.78 tons per meter cube, taking the average of that value, which is 0.71 tons per meter cube. After getting all values, we are putting it into the equation, this equation, and then we get this value of conveyor capacity Q, which is equals to 91.65 tons per hour, which is less than the required or the design conveyor capacity, hence not okay. So what we do is that we can either increase belt width V, speed or alpha, but the better way is to increase width of the belt. So we consider the next standard width, which is B equals to 650 mm and velocity equals to 2 meter per second. Putting this value again into the formula for conveyor capacity, we get value of Q equals to 186.96 tons per hour, which is again less than the conveyor capacity 250 tons per hour. Hence not okay. Again selecting next standard width, B equals to 800 mm and velocity for it is 2.75 meter per second. Putting it into the formula for B minimum, here you get Q equals to 404.38 tons per hour, which is more than the design capacity of conveyor. So now we can finalize with the width of the belt and speed of the belt. So width of the belt B becomes 800 mm and the speed of the belt V equals to 2.75 meter per second. Step number 2, drive unit, or the power required to drive the unit. First we will be seeing resistance of the belt on the top run, which is denoted by W naught, for conveying up. This W naught, the formula which you get from PSG page number 9.18, W naught is given by C1 F into L, in first bracket, in that small bracket, GG plus GB, bracket close, cos delta plus GRO plus H, another bracket GG plus GB, which is given in kg force, where C1 is equals to secondary resistance factor, which is equals to 2.25, F is equals to friction between idler and belt, which is equals to 0.02 for standard conveyors, GG is equals to weight of conveyed material per unit length. GG is the term which is weight of conveyed material per unit length. Now this GG is given by capacity Q upon 3.6 into V actual, and we know the design capacity is 250, velocity which we have finalized, or speed for width 800 mm is 2.75. You can see we have put this value over here. 250 is Q, 2.75 is the speed. We get the value of GG as 25.25 kg force per meter. The next term is GB, which is equals to weight of belt. See here you can see that term GB, which is equals to weight of belt per meter length. This we are getting from PSG 9.19 table 1 for width B equals to 800 mm. So we are not finding it by formula, but we are taking it from PSG, and the value which we get for width 800 mm is 12 kg force. The next term is GRO, which is equals to weight of trolling idler. So this is the term GRO, weight of trolling idler on the top run per meter length. Next term is GRU, which is equals to weight of straight idler on the bottom run per meter length. So the distinction between GRO and GRU is one is for the top run, other is for the bottom run. Now this tube diameter and bearing diameter you will get from PAG page number 9.19 table 4. So we get the value tube diameter as 125 mm and bearing diameter as 25 mm. This maximum spacing for throwing idler, which is for top run, you will get 1.5 meter from PAG 9.19 table 3. Now we have to find the GRO value in terms of spacing. So here one thing which you can see, I have directly put the value of GRO which you get from PAG 9.19 table 2, which is 23.1, and I have divided it by spacing. You get the value of GRO as 15.4. Next is maximum spacing for straight idler, which is 3 meter. Same GRU value I have taken from PAG 9.19 table 2, which is 13.2, divided by spacing 3 meter. You get the value of GRU as 4.57 kg force per meter. Capital H is equals to height through which material is conveyed. For that, this is the formula L sin del, which you can, by considering the triangle, you can get this formula L sin del, which is equals to 100 sin 12 degree, which is equals to 20.8. After getting all value of GRO, GB, H, we will be putting it in W naught, which is the resistance for top run. So here you can see we have put the value in W naught, and we get the W naught is equals to 1008.06 kg force. Plus sign indicates as it is conveying up. Similarly, we will be finding out the resistance of the belt on the bottom run, which is denoted by WU. So this is the formula for WU. CFL in bracket GB cos delta plus GRU plus minus HGB. We have got all the values. We are putting it into the formula, and we are getting minus 176.21 kg force. Negative because it is conveying down. So this gives you resistance. So net resistance to the motion will give you the power required to drive the unit. So you will get the power P by putting W naught plus WU, and you get the power is equals to 831.94 kg force. Now step number 3, number of plies and thickness of belt. Here we know that there are two pulleys, that is tail pulley and head pulley, and likewise the belt is there. So by the tension ratio T1 by T2 is equals to E mu theta. In that, mu is equals to coefficient of friction between belt and pulley, which is 0.25. Theta is equals to contact angle or angle of lap of belt over pulley, which is 180 degree for both pulley, which is equals to pi radian. So putting the value of mu and theta pi in the equation, you get the ratio T1 by T2, which is equals to T1 equals to 2.19 to T2. So this is what you get the ratio of tension. We know that P is equals to, that is power equals to T1 minus T2, and the value of power we have found. (831.9.4). With that we get the tension T2 equals to 6979.38 Newton and T1 equals to 1529.8 Newton. So these are the value of tension. Further we will continue into next video.